NTT DATA Podcast. Enterprise software has played an essential role in making businesses and industries more efficient and more competitive. Today, that role is expanding further into exciting new areas thanks to the cloud, artificial intelligence, and other disruptive technologies that empower businesses to achieve operational excellence, drive innovation, boost sustainability, and navigate the complexities of the modern business landscape. To help enterprises better understand these trends, NTT DATA has developed a series of podcasts that explain how the new technology is transforming a wide range of businesses and industry sectors. And we discuss the specific implications for enterprises using SAP software. In this latest NTT DATA SAP podcast, Ricardo Langa, NTT DATA's SAP Global Co-Lead for the LEAP program, talks to Takumi Muda, an NTT DATA expert in supply chain management and cloud software, who describes the impressive benefits obtained by leading automotive manufacturing group in the area of spend management by adopting SAP Ariba. The outcome of this collaboration was highly successful. Legacy procurement systems were replaced by a modern cloud-based solution based on SAP Ariba that seamlessly integrates with SAP S/4HANA, and among the benefits, lead times of indirect procurement were significantly reduced. In the podcast, Takumi emphasizes the key differentiators that make NTT DATA a winning choice for the SAP Ariba implementations, including NTT DATA's extensive teams of SAP consultants, developers, and project managers, and its commitment to being a partner rather than a simple supplier, which is particularly important in large implementation projects like this one. You're listening to the SAP Trends Podcast, a series by NTT DATA dedicated to the latest trends in business technology and with a special focus on enterprises using SAP software.
Hello and welcome to the NTT DATA SAP podcast. My name is Ricardo Langa. I've been on the SAP world in NTT DATA for over 20 years. And in this series, I'm going to introduce you to some of our world, technology, and business leaders to review together a list of fascinating topics. Today, we will talk about a use case in the spend management area. Inflationary pressures, pricing fluctuations, post-pandemic effects, sustainability requirements. There are many reasons why spend management is important for organizations worldwide. Transformation is constant, and businesses must adapt to these changes. What is the future of the spend management area? What does SAP technology bring to these new challenges? We will talk about this and much more with our expert Takumi Muda, SCM and cloud expert. Welcome, Takumi-san. It is a pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you for having me, Ricardo-san.
Takumi-san, I heard that you have used a use case implementation with SAP Ariba at a world-renowned automobile manufacturing conglomerate. What were the main challenges for the customer?
Yes, there were two main challenges for the customer. First, they had a highly complex and costly system of multiple custom-developed systems for domestic procurement. They were not suitable for the indirect procurement area, especially for the IT services and assets category. The existing system led to redundant and unstandardized processes, which resulted in longer lead time, tedious operations, and ultimately difficulty in managing the system itself. Therefore, the customer wanted to standardize and improve the process, reduce the costs, and introduce a package solution that seamlessly connected to SAP S/4HANA, their core business system. The second challenge was the customer's policy on the implementation period, which limited to a maximum of 1 year when using package solutions. This meant that the customer needed to have a team with skilled members who could rapidly work within this time frame efficiently and proactively. They also needed a partner who could provide strong knowledge and skills in software product implementation, especially with experience for super large enterprises.
So, Takumi-san, reducing cost, integrating with S4HANA, upskilling the team in a quick time. How did entity data solve all these challenges for the customer?
Yeah, so how do we solve these challenges for the customer? We proposed the implementation of SAP Ariba as a perfect fit for this situation. SAP Ariba is a cloud-based platform that enables end-to-end procurement management from sourcing to payment and provides visibility, collaboration, and control across the entire supply chain. But that wasn't all. We also proposed 3 basic policies that would ensure the success of the implementation. Let me explain what these policies were and how they helped us overcome the challenges. The first policy was a fit-to-standard implementation with minimal customization. This means that we would use the standard features and functions of SAP Ariba as much as possible and only customize the system when absolutely necessary. This would reduce the complexity, costs, and risk of the implementation and also make it easier to maintain and upgrade the system in the future. The second policy was adopting agile software development instead of classic waterfall. This means that we would use an iterative and incremental approach to develop the system rather than a linear and sequential one. We needed to form a scrum with the customer as one team and develop the system in very short-term releases. We set the length of each scrum to be 2 weeks, and were able to get timely feedback from the customer and their users. This would increase the quality, speed, and flexibility of the development, and also enhance the communication and collaboration between the stakeholders. The third policy was to balance the quality, cost, and delivery, which we call QCD, of the project. This means that we would prioritize the most important and valuable features and functions of the system and allocate the resources and time accordingly. In order to do so, we minimize development of interfacing with other systems, with the exception of SAP S4HANA, which was essential for the integration. But for any other integrations that were inevitable, we supplemented using robotic process automation, which we call RPAs, which are software robots that can automate repetitive and rule-based tasks.
And Takumi-san, please tell me, with all this complexity that you have described, what was the result of the project at the end? Was Entity Data able to improve the customer procurement process, and how did we do it?
Yeah, thank you. Let me tell you the amazing outcomes that we achieved together with the customer. As a result of our collaboration, the customer was able to not only establish a system solution in Ariba, SAP Ariba, that seamlessly integrates with SAP S4HANA, but also shorten the lead time of their indirect procurement drastically. This means that they could purchase the goods and services that they needed required faster, easier, and cheaper than before. They could also monitor and manage their procurement activities more effectively, and ensure compliance and transparency throughout the process. Also, the communication between the customer and their suppliers was drastically improved as the solution was bidirectional. This means that both parties could exchange information and documents in real time and collaborate on the best deals and solutions. This also enhanced the trust and relationship between the customer and their suppliers and created a win-win situation for both sides. The project started from April 2022 and consisted of 15 sprints, each lasting 2 weeks. The system went live on January 2023 within the agreed time frame of 1 year, thanks to the agile method that we adopted and the close cooperation that we had with the customer and their users. After go live, we are still making continuous improvements to the system to adjust to the volatile and changing world that we live in, but we are confident that we can adopt and innovate thanks to the flexibility and scalability of SAP Ariba and also our team.
Thank you. And tell me, Takumi-san, this interview is getting to an end, but before we go, I'm interested to know what is your opinion on why is entity data the best option for an Ariba implementation project? I mean, what are our key differentiations that we deploy in our projects and that our customers can benefit from them?
Thank you. That's a very good point. And there are a number of reasons why NTT Data was the best candidate for this project and future Ariba implementations. Let me share with you some of them here. The biggest reason why is obviously the talents we have in our NTT Data umbrella. We have a group of award-winning consultants, developers, and project managers in Japan and around the world who have the experience and skills to fulfill what truly is required for the customer. For example, Kunie, an NTT Data consulting firm, which has been recognized as the best SAP partner in Japan for several years and has successfully delivered many SAP projects for various industries and domains. They have a deep knowledge and insights to help you design and implement the best Ariba solution for your business. Also, we have the skills to effectively analyze your current system and processes and identify the gaps and opportunities for improvement. This not only led us to do the system implementation itself, but also led the change management as well. We helped you transform your procurement culture, mindset, behavior, and ensure the adoption and acceptance of the new system by your users and stakeholders. We also provided training, documentation, and support to help you use the system effectively and efficiently. Also, we are able to provide proof of concept, POC support, to demo what the client can expect beforehand of the system implementation. By utilizing LEAP investment funding, NTT Data was able to work closely with the client in support of the POC while in the very early stages of the project. LEAP is an NTT Data initiative that provides funding and resources to accelerate the innovation and digital transformation of our customers. With LEAP, we were able to show the customer the feasibility and capabilities of SAP Ariba and how it could integrate with your existing systems and processes. This also helped us build trust and confidence with the customer and demonstrate our commitment and value proposition. These are just some of the reasons why NTT Data is the best option for your Ariba implementation journey and what are the key differentiators in our projects. We are not just a vendor, but we are a partner. We are not just a service provider, but we are a solution provider. We are NTT Data, and we are here to help you succeed.
Very interesting. But unfortunately, it is time to say goodbye for now, as all good things come to an end. It has been really a pleasure to listen to you and learn about this use case with SAP Ariba. Thank you, Takumi-san.
Thank you, Ricardo-san.
And thank you, listeners, for being here with us. And see you again soon in the next chapter of this series. Goodbye.
To remain competitive in today's global and interconnected economy, businesses have to compete in an environment characterized by rapid innovation, disruption, and constant change. Those businesses that can successfully leverage new technologies to adapt to these changes are best placed to succeed. Today we were joined by Ricardo Langa, NTT Data's SAP Global Co-Lead for the LEAP program, and Takumi Muda, expert in supply chain management and cloud software at NTT Data. This episode marks the conclusion of the SAP Trends podcast series from NTT Data. We hope that the knowledge shared has been useful to you. Whether it is offering insights into emerging technologies, discussing business trends, or exploring practical use cases, our aim has always been to offer content that enriches your understanding. Thanks for listening.